Hi, welcome to Arsenal Match TV. I am your host Tops, and today I'm going to be talking about the Arsenal game, Premier League game, Arsenal 3, Chelsea 0. Now, before the game, I was worried about the starting lineup. I thought, oh no, he's gone with the same team. We looked toothless against PSG. We looked toothless against Liverpool in the first game with Alexis up front. But I have to give Arsene Wenger some credit. Round of applause for you, Arsene Wenger, because you got the team spot on. Whatever you said to them before the game was the right thing to say, because they were motivated, they were fired up. And this is what I was talking about. It's all about mentality with Arsenal these days. In these big games, it's all about the mentality. If you get them fired up, if you get them pumped up from the word go, make them come out firing like we did against Man United last season, beat them 3-0, and we started this game very, very similar. We were closing down all the Chelsea players, all the back four, and the first goal, it came from a mistake by Gary Cahill. He's been making a few of them lately, but it was Alexis Sanchez who was playing up front, who had a fantastic game. The whole team had a great game, but I'll get to that later. It was Alexis Sanchez that capitalised on it. He was one-on-one with Courtois, and he's a lovely dink chip over Courtois, 1-0, and this is like the first 5, 6, 7 minutes of the game, and that really got the Arsenal crowd pumping, hyped up. We were fired up. We couldn't wait for the rest of the game. And, Arsenal, they were playing some, slick football. It was very quick, very, it had a lot of intent, their passing and their movement or what they were doing. And quickly after, we scored a second goal. It was a very lovely move with Iwobi, who was the man of the match, and he had a tremendous game. I said in the whole video, he had a fantastic game, and he carried on from there. He had a great game, and it was Iwobi who actually made a great ball to Bellerin, who again, he had a fantastic game. Oh, that's all I'm going to keep saying in this video, All these Arsenal players had a fantastic game, because they did. It was a great performance. I'm happy. See, happy. So yeah, Bellerin, he was played in by Iwobi, and Iwobi squared to Phil Walcott, and he tucks it away for 2-0, and this is after 15 minutes, and you can see the crowd's pumping, they're hyped up. Very, very similar to the Man United game from last year, 2 quick early goals, and we were 2-0 up. After that, we had a couple more half-decent chances, with Ozil and Sanchez, and their great games. But it was actually Chelsea who came into the game a bit more, and it was Willian who had a shot just wide. It was a decent effort from them, but that was all really they did in that first half. Really, it was just that Willian chance. They looked lethargic, they looked slow. Chelsea, they looked like they weren't even in a big game. They looked like it was like a testimony kind of thing. Fabregas looked off the pace. Hazard, I don't know where he was. He went missing all game. So that was it really, and then. Towards the end of the first half, we scored again. That man again. We've got Ozil. Yeah, we've got Mesut Ozil. It was a very, very great turn. Took Kante out of the game. He went back to Leicester or back to the Euros, or I don't know what he did. He went back somewhere because Ozil left him for dead. It was a good counter-attacking move. Passed it to Alexis Sanchez, who then returned the favour back to Mesut Ozil. He had half volley, hit the ground. I don't think you meant to hit it that way, but it went in anyway off the post. 3-0 before half-time, to Arsenal against Chelsea, who, let's face it, we've not beaten them, at the Emirates since 2010. That's a long, long time to not beat one team, do you know what I mean? So, to be 3-0 up, I can't believe it, 3-0 up. We ain't even scored against them since, 2013? So to score, 3 goals and a half, it was long overdue. 3-0 up at half-time, I was buzzing, I couldn't believe it, 3-0, happy. The second half, we had some more chances, to score some more. Theo Walcott, he was played in, and he unselfishly tried to tee up Alexis Sanchez, but the ball just wasn't quite right, and he was in again, and then Courtois made a very, very good save. So we could have been 5 or 6 in the second half. We really came at them, backs against the wall. We really penned them in. Chelsea had couple of opportunities. Hector Bellerin, he sprinted, made a great tackle against Pedro to stop him going clean on goal, and their striker towards the end had a shot saved by Petr Cech. But that's all really Petr Cech had to do, just make that save. That was really it. We outfought Chelsea, we outmuscled them, and I can't believe I'm saying this because it's always been the way round with Chelsea outmuscling us, outstrengthening us in the midfield. But I have to give props to Arsene Wenger on this one, because he geared the players up. It was a similar lineup the last couple of games, but there was a different intensity. You could tell that the players, it meant everything to win that game, and that's what we want to see us Arsenal fans throughout the rest of the season. Just that intensity, that willingness to win games, big games as well. So yeah, 3-0 at finish. The only worrying news is Francis Coquelin had to go off in the first half with a slight knee injury. I'm not sure what the prognosis on that is, but I'll have to keep you posted with that. But yeah, Granit Xhaka came in and he did a fantastic job, pinging balls left, right and centre. And that's why it's good to have a very, very good squad, because in, seasons gone by, we would get an injury, we're bringing on Flamini, or we're bringing on Arteta. But now we can bring on £35 million, Xhaka. Elneny, he was even in the squad. That's how strong our squad is. So, it's fantastic to have a good squad. Hopefully we can keep it up, and hopefully, Coquelin and Ramsey, can come back. And Welbeck as well, forgot about him. They can all come back fit and healthy and raring to go. But yes, 3-0. That's how it finished. Our first win since 2010 at the Emirates in the league. And that's 3-4 games in a row in the Premier League we've now won on the bounce, and that is great because Man City, they look great. So we need to keep winning these games to catch up with them if we're going to fight for the title this season. We always fade away. So for me, to win as many games as possible early in the season is great. That's what we need to do. All Arsenal fans want a challenge for the league this season. So this is a great way of doing it, beating one of our title rivals, one of our title contenders, 3-0 convincingly. I'm just hoping we can carry on in the Basel game we've got in midweek, and the Burnley game next week. We can carry on these performances because if we do, we've got a great chance this season. Great chance. But yeah, I'm happy with the performances. Got to give a shout out to Mustafi. Got to give a shout out to Koscielny. They were fantastic in the middle of the defence. Give a shout out to Cazorla. He worked his socks off as well. He was passing very good as well. Got to give a shout out to Theo Walcott. This is one of his best games in Arsenal shirt I've seen in years. Literally, no exaggeration, in years. Defensively, he was tracking back, working hard, winning the ball back in key areas. Attackingly, he was going down the wing, creating chances for himself. He scored as well, making opportunities for others. He really works hard, and he actually produced as well. He had an end product as well. So I'm hoping Theo Walcott can carry on this vein of form, because that's what we need him to be like. If he can perform like this every week, no Arsenal fan's going to slate him or slew him. So, he needs to keep it up. So I'm very happy for him. Alexis Sanchez worked his socks off again as well in that false number 9 role. I thought he played very, very well. Very good link-up play with Mesut Ozil. And Chelsea, they didn't really seem to, press him. They just sat back and let us play our football. And that's one thing you can't do, because we will hurt you. And we did. We blitzed them 3-0. Easy. So yeah, he had a very good game. I think Mesut Ozil, he had a very good game as well. He was making trick shots. He was passing without even looking. Him and Sanchez, they were just messing about. It was like a training session towards the end of the game. They're all competing against each other, who can do the most trick shots or trick passes or whatever it was. There was olays from the crowd, from the Arsenal crowd, because we were comfortable. It was 3-0. It was job done. So yeah, all these players, the first 11, and shout out to Kieran Gibbs as well. You never hear him moaning or wanting to play more or wanting to move. He always just gets on, plays, does his best. He always does his best, and he's a very good backup to Monreal as well. And hopefully he can, push for a starting lineup, because he was very good against Nottingham Forest when I seen him play in that game. So yeah, that is my 3-0 Arsenal versus Chelsea review. Look out for my Basel review in the week. Thank you for watching Arsenal Match TV. Please subscribe if you like this video, and thank you to everyone who's subscribed already. Really appreciate it. Yes, I'm your host Tops. Come on, you Gunners!